Narayana. Yes, respected friends, welcome you all. Congratulations that a part of this study you are all. Let us be continuous, let us be relentless. Let us remember our 13 Vyaktitwas to be improved upon. Lokasevaka, Dharmasthavaka Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta Gambhira, also Krishna Vasudeva, the Sanskrit Bhasha Jnata Vyakarana Sahita. And hope we are remembering our six sources of blessings, the Parabrahma Tattva, the Ishvara Tattva, Jagannatha Tattva, Devata Ganas. See, we are seeing that topic only in our present study of the Upanishad. Guru Ganas as well as Shastra. Very sublime thing. Repeatedly we are saying, hope we don't miss the importance and value of it. Ah, friends, in today's simple common sense thought, idea is everyone in this life, knowingly or unknowingly, keeping on pursuing something. Are we also belonging to that category of keeping some goal and pursuing, or we are just getting flooded in the flood of time, just like that, without being fully aware or conscious every moment? So, from that way of life, if at all we are living, let us come to the life of awareness, consciousness, and you and I slowly have to ensure for us the goal is the Paramatma only. Therefore, in the pursuit of the Paramatma goal, how much our Purushartha we are doing consciously, then only we have the right to take the help either from the people around or from the Guru or from the Lord. More importantly, even though we try to become Adhyatmic sadhakas, the world around will move its own way. And if it is conducive for our sadhana, is well and good, lucky we are. If not yet, out of these happenings around and within me, how I can avoid those things? By my Purushartha, which are obstruction to sadhana, then how I can make use of the same situation. Like Arjuna made use of that very situation that he is cursed for death only there. But he made use of that situation. So these are all people intelligent, telling us also to become intelligent. The intelligence is from our side, we are very clear what goal to achieve. We are also clear of sadhana and we are fully aware of it and we are doing it every moment. For that, we are also aware the need and role of the Shastras, the need and role of the Gurus, the need and the role of Paramatma. Along with that, whatever conveniences, inconveniences we have, all of them are looked from Adhyatmika sadhana standpoint, used for the Adhyatmic sadhana only. That knack, if we can develop it, and that won't come overnight or accidentally, we should know that that knack has to be developed. Then we try for it, it will come. That state of mind is called as samadhanam or yasya brahmani ramate chittam. Very tough, but we have to achieve. While doing so, we have to be guarding ourselves so much that how much of our mind senses are continuing to be worldly. See that enchantment of the world and worldliness, the attraction of the worldliness, still the importance interest for the world pulls us so much. So a wise person slowly starts giving time for his sadhana exclusively. And he says, this time only sadhana, not other things. See, step by step. So at least that time let us do sadhana. But because the mind is same, whatever we are doing the outside, that again affects our mind while we are doing sadhana. Therefore, a wise person slowly reduces the intensity of his worldly involvement so that it doesn't create stronger impressions to disturb the mind on the seat of meditation or sadhana. So, too, as he reduces the intensity there, he increases intensity here. And every one of them are done consciously. Always remember the example of driving the car. Every turn or twist or gears or brake or clutch or steering or accelerator, the driver has to drive or use them or operate them consciously. A minute or 2 minutes or even 2 seconds, if he just not conscious, accident. Same way, a spiritual seeker will ensure that there are no accidents in his adhyatmic sadhana by being fully aware all the time that I am this is my goal, this is my pursuit, these are my immediate sadhanas, this is my qualification, this is what is the next stage I have to evolve to, these are the helps I have to take from, these are the things inner, things outer, I have to guard myself from. See, always dynamic, always active at the intellectual level regarding all these things. It is a price. Inevitably, every one of us will have to pay for really doing our job from our side for our own adhyatmic pragati. Om, Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. And self inspiration, telling ourselves both things, whichever is required at whatever time. When we are in the low mood, telling ourselves that no, 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 we are doing good sadhana. We are not just like that earlier or anybody. हम आध्यात्मिक मार्ग में हैं. With those words, from that moodiness, we can come out to positive inspiration. When our sadhana is being done, but if there is overconfidence and arrogance, immediately shift back to the other thinking that what have we done in our these many years of sadhana and what have we achieved? Not even a sufficiently satisfactory viveka vairagya also we have achieved. Where is our mind? Where are senses? Where are they controlled? तो मैं तो कुछ किया ही नहीं. So whenever the arrogance prevails, inadvertence prevails, carelessness, laziness prevails, that time this thought that miles to go before I rest. With that, I have to inspire and do sadhana. And whenever I am in another mood of lowness, no, no, I am doing. Yeah, it's a long distance, but I am doing. These are my capacities. After all, even Rama and Krishna came, they did with their capacity what they could do. They have not said they did everything, no. And when they went away, again the world continued to be. But when they came, they did their work. Nobody's work, ability, capacity is infinite. Mahatmas, so many came. They have not transformed everybody. Everybody first focused on their own sadhana. So let us also do that. Only one thing we have to again and again ensure is, am I consciously doing my internal journey of shifting my identity from the dehadi जीवादि to the आत्मा. बस इस एक चीज पे पकड़ना है ना. छोड़ने वाला एक चीज, पकड़ने वाला एक चीज, याद रहना है हमको हमेशा। तो पकड़ने वाला चीज इज द इनर सेल्फ, एंड नेचुरली द छोड़ने वाला इज एवरीथिंग अदर देन दैट। बट इसमें अभी भी कन्विक्शन नहीं होता, तुरंत डाउट्स आ जाते हैं। सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट इज फॉरगेटफुलनेस, है ना? लाइक द पीपल फॉरगेट द मेडिसिन ऑन टाइम, they forget they have given appointment to someone, or they are given appointment by the doctor, and they forget the wife has shouted for the lunch. He is busy in doing some study or reading. Same way, again and again we are inadvertent to forget our goal. अब ऐसे आराम से बैठ जाते हैं ना बरामदे में, भूल ही गए अपना लक्ष्य, बैठकर ध्यान करना है, साधना करना है ना? हाउ मेनी टाइम्स वी फॉरगेट द गोल इन ए डे is a big question to ask. The simple question is, how many times we remember the goal? वो easy है, वो दो चार बार ही है, isn't it? Isn't it? Actually साधक ना हमेशा वो अंदर का तपना बोलते हैं, तड़पना कहते हैं, about the goal only, है ना? About the sadhana, है ना? There one person is he who is frustrated because he is not able to do sadhana. The other is he who is thinking by himself what are the changes that are to be brought to make the sadhana happen, and who's already doing how better it can be done, how improved it can be. So in this way we can assess where do we stand, make use of all our intelligence in this manner. But remember the goal, remember the means, remember the qualifications, remember that a lot depends on us, and also remember, as we are now studying in second chapter of Shwethshwathara, that we need the help also. Let us not be lazy in not doing our job. Let us not be careless or egoistic, not taking the help from the sources. So, in this way, today's assorted main thought is, in this world, everybody is doing something and achieving. Are we also conscious of what we have to achieve and what we have to do? So, how much we are aware, how much we are putting our effort, how much we are taking the help from various sources. How much both sense of urgency we have to achieve as well as enthusiastic participation. है ना? With whatever the abilities, resources, physical limitations, whatever we have. वो सब अपना होता ही है. Remember, all our individualistic limitations, all the outer obligations, all the continuous changing circumstances, they have their own path. Negotiating with them, maintaining we are the sadhakas, we should be able to do like when we drive our vehicle, the opposite traffic will come, the पीछे वाले भी horn मारता है, the roads also will be sometimes difficult and the heavy rains they are there. Everything goes on. You cannot stop. It's not that we are the king of this universe, that everything should happen according to us and for us with red carpet. ऐसा नहीं होता, दुनिया चलती ही रहती, इनर एंड आउटर, उसको नेगोशिएट करते हुए दैट गोल, दैट रिमेम्बरेंस, लाइक द गर्भिणी स्त्री, है ना? दैट एग्जाम्पल इन कठोपनिषद, शी इज ऑलवेज अवेयर ऑफ द चाइल्ड. yesterday we chanted no in the Aitareya Upanishad. नहीं नहीं, yeah, 3 4 days back we chanted how she carrying that fetus in the womb, always aware. Sadhaka is always aware. भूलना नहीं बाबा लक्ष्य को. ये वाला आज की बात है. थैंक यू. ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ भवता जनता सुहिता भविता निजबोधविचारणचारुमते कलयेश्वर जीवविवेकविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत् परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्म संस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां भक्त शिष्य साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु श्रोतॄणाम आश्रमाणां संस्थानां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्री राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां संकल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Friends, for the sake of familiarity, every day let us spend these 3-4 minutes in chanting this second adhyaya mantras, hardly 16, so through 3 minutes. Enjoy the chanting, focus fully there, open up the throat, and unhesitatingly chant it. Hope you have the book in front of you. Om अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। Om युञ्जानः प्रथमं मनः तत्त्वाय सविता धिय अग्नेर्ज्योतिर्निचाय्य पृथिव्या अध्याभरतो युक्तेन मनसा वयं देवस्य सवितुः सवे सुवर्गेयाय शक्त्या युक्त्वाय मनसा देवान् सुवर्यतो धिया दिवं बृहज्योतिः करिष्यतः सविता प्रसुवाति तान् युञ्जते मन उत युञ्जते धियः विप्रा विप्रस्य बृहतो विपश्चितः विहोत्रा ददेवयुना विदेकः इन्मही देवस्य सवितुः परिष्टुतिः युजेवां ब्रह्मपूर्व्यं नमोभिर्विश्लोकयेतु पृथ्वेव सूरेः शृण्वन्तु विश्वे अमृतस्य पुत्राः आये धामानि दिव्यानि तस्तुः अग्निर्यत्राभिमथ्यते वायुर्यत्राधिरुध्यते सोमो यत्रातिरिच्यते तत्र सञ्जायते मनः सवित्रा प्रसवेन जुषेत ब्रह्मपूर्व्यं तत्र योनिं कृणवसे न हि ते पूर्तमक्षिपत् त्रिरुन्नतं स्थाप्य समं शरीरं हृदीन्द्रियाणि मनसा सन्निवेश्य ब्रह्मोडुपेन प्रतरेत विद्वान् श्रोतांसि सर्वाणि भयावहानि प्राणान् प्रपीड्येह संयुक्तचेष्टः क्षीणे प्राणे नासिकयोच्छ्वसीत दुष्टाश्वयुक्तमिव वाहमेनं विद्वान् मनो धारयेता प्रमत्तः समेषु चौशर्करावह्निवालुकौ विवर्जिते शब्दजलाश्रयादिभिः मनोनुकूलेन तु चक्षुपीडने गुहानिवाताश्रयणे प्रयोजयेत् नीहारधूमार्कानिलानलानां खद्योतविद्युत् स्फटिकशशीनाम् एतानि रूपाणि पुरःसराणि ब्रह्मण्यभिव्यक्तिकराणि योगे पृथ्व्यप्तेजोनिलके समुत्थिते पञ्चात्मके योगगुणे प्रवृत्ते न तस्य रोगो न जरा न मृत्युः प्राप्तस्य योगाग्निमयं शरीरं लघुत्वमारोग्यमलोलुपत्वं वर्णप्रसादं स्वरसौष्ठवं च गन्धः शुभो मूत्रपुरीशमल्पं योगप्रवृत्तिं प्रथमां वदन्ति यथैव बिम्बं हृदयोपलिप्तं तेजोमयं भ्राजते तत्सुधान्तं यद्वात्मतत्त्वं प्रसमीक्ष देहि एकः कृतार्थो भवते वीतशोकः यदात्मतत्त्वेन तु ब्रह्मतत्त्वं दीपोपमेनेह युक्तः प्रपश्येद अजं ध्रुवं सर्वतत्त्वैर्विशुद्धं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः एषः देवः प्रदिशोऽनुसर्वाः पूर्वो जातः सौ गर्भे अन्तः स एव जातः स जनिष्यमाणः प्रत्यङ्जनास्तिष्ठति सर्वतोमुखः यो देवो अग्नौ योऽप्सु यः विश्वं भुवनमाविवेश य ओषधीषु यो वनस्पतिषु तस्मै देवाय नमो नमः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So while chanting, when we concentratedly chant, one is the concentration is practiced. Second is it's an upasana for our Rishi Parampara, for the Shruti Mata, even to chant those mantras. Then when the familiarity has come to us of the mantras, then when the discussion happens, we'll be able to relate it easily. Now, the Vedic mantras have their own Vedic way of talking. It becomes so tough for the present modern man with his variety of other languages predominating. Even the Sanskrit also has become so different, non-Vedic. It is Pauranic, it is very sarala, easy. But Vedic language is so mystical, with so many of the gaps in between, becomes very tough for one to study. One example is these few mantras of our second chapter of the Shwethshwathara Upanishad. By the way, congrats for the ninth Upanishad study, the Shwethshwathara, first chapter done, second we are in. So, the beauty of this particular Upanishad is, while reminding again and again that our goal is Paramatma Tattva, to reach to that Paramatma Tattva, our own sadhana, our own qualification, and the need of the blessings of the Guru and Devata also are again and again reminded. So, it's a very complete, beautiful Upanishad, and because of its little Puranic touch that it is telling about the Upasanas, the pure Advaita Vedantins do not study this. Do not study means they say इसमें ऐसा आप उपासनाएं हैं अब सीधा meditate करें. But those whose mind is little bit bent towards this type of emotion and also toward the madhyamastaya of sadhana, those who need really the blessings of the Lord to push. For them, this Upanishad is very beautiful because what they like little of the upasanas, they are also mentioned here. Like in every of the field, everywhere, in your own family, Your own children. One fellow says, I don't want anybody's help. From the class 5, 6 onwards, सारा काम वो अपने आप ही करता है, मार्केट जाके आता है, खुद पढ़ाई करता है, ट्यूशन जाता है. He doesn't want help. The other fellow, he needs dhakka every time. So parents should be available for both. First fellow is, I'll do, you don't worry. You allow him to go. So the other fellow says, I need the help. So the mother and father are like the Shruti Mata. Those who just want to do themselves, chalo study the Mandukya Upanishad, contemplate, just discover the Ajatavada, Brahman alone. Jao. And the others who say, no, no, हमको हर कदम पर धक्का चाहिए. चलो, come and study Shwethashwatara. Right? Now we started Dvitiyodhyaya. Sambandha Bhasha we have seen. First mantra we are studying. So in the first 2, 3 mantras, what is there is the upasana done to Savita, Surya Bhagavan, who is the Pratyaksha Devata. That upasanas can be done in many ways, but here the prarthana is mentioned. And we already said, after doing the upasana only, we have the right to do the prarthana. So it is taken here for granted that he has done the upasana and earned the right to do the prarthana to the Savita. So mystically hinting it will be there. From that hint, we have to mature to catch exactly what we have to do as told by the Shruti Mata in this context. So let us see again in 2 minutes the Sambandha Bhashya. Go and enjoy the first shloka. He says, Dhyanam Uktam. भैया आपको ध्यान बता दिया. Why? Because ध्यान निर्मतना अभ्यासात देवम पश्येत निगूढ़वदिति. Because by the abhyas of the dhyana nirmatana alone, the niguda devam, the Atman, one can realize. And why? Because only in the Atma Prapti there is moksha. In the Anatma there is nothing but bondage. Hope this is clear by now. With the study of the entire Samadhavasya and first chapter of this beautiful Upanishad. So dhyana nirmatanabhyasat devam pashyed nigudavat. Here devam pashyet means can be seen. Should be seen is not mentioned because it is our choice. Whether we do the dhyana nirmatana and realize the niguda atmadeva inside, or we are satisfied by being a jiva, doing this and that and going to this and that world and getting this and that. But if somebody wants moksha, it is only by the experience of the Deva, the Atma Deva, the Jyoti Swarupa Deva. That is Niguda. It is like the fire in the wood. So the wood has to be churned to bring out the fire. It is like the sarpi in the kshira. I know? Dadiniva sarpihi. It is like the water within the earth. Examples are given. Na? So it has to be brought out. So those who are interested in that, for them, this is said कि ध्यान निर्मतनाभ्यासात devam pashyet nigudavat. See, by this what is said? Two important things. One, the Atma Deva Darshana alone is moksha hetu. For that, second point is the immediate cause is dhyana nirmatana abhyasa. Abhyasa is to be done continuously till the anubhuti comes. And what abhyasa we have to do till the anubhuti comes is dhyana nirmatana. The continuous churning called as dhyanam, taking the help of the pranavadi. And in the dhyana, through the viveka, atma anatma viveka, the anatma rupi panchakoshas are rejected as anatma. When the final rejection happens, what is atman we realize. And every anatma panchakosha is rejected by saying that I am the sakshi of that, I am the sakshi of that, I have no relation of ahanta mamata with that. So I am that self which is untouched by them. I am that self on which, because of my own ignorance, I have superimposed them and I took them as real and I was living like I am them only from so many lives. That was creating bondage. Now I realized through the study of Upanishads, now I am detaching from these koshas, therefore I am sakshi. देखो करते करते रहने से इसलिए अभ्यास का everyday अभ्यास like in any of the worldly skills also every day there is an abhyasa, every day there is a performance, है ना? The preparation, the practice, the performance, the knowing before that. So here also when we do in this way dhyana nirmatana, then the nigudhavat devam pashyet, We become so subtler to realize that most subtlest, the Deva, the Dyotanama, the Jyoti Swarupa, the Atmavastu. Because of that, Dhyana Muktam. Now, is it that suddenly somebody is told about this and he'll be able to do the Dhyanam? Not at all. He'll have to prepare himself. That's why Idanim, right now in the second chapter, Tad Apekshita Sadhana Vidana Artham. Tad Apekshita Sadhana Vidana Artham. सो उस ध्यान को इफेक्टिवली कराने के लिए जो साधनाएं हैं उसको बताने के लिए सो दिस साधना व्हेन वी डू विल बिकम क्वालिफाइड फॉर टू डू द ध्यान निर्मथन अभ्यास इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी एबल टू डू ध्यान निर्मथन then you just do it and find the nigudava devam. If not, that means what? Some sadhanas are have to be done to prepare ourselves for this dhyana nirmatana. Now, mind you, in that preparation of dhyana nirmatana only, the antakarana shuddhi is required. For the sake of that only, the karma yoga, the ashtanga yoga, here the bhakti is taught or told. Isn't it? Without that antakarana shuddhi, we cannot sit for the dhyana abhyas. Antakarana shuddhi or hridaya shuddhi. From where the mala vikshepa avarana or let us say aneka raga dveshadi durguna, even they are not eliminated. Our mind will be pulled outside only. We cannot continuously do the dhyana nirmatana. Therefore, idanim tad apekshita sadhana vidanartham. तद अपेक्षित साधना मीन्स उस ध्यान निर्वर्तन करने की कैपेसिटी दिलाने वाला साधना बताने के लिए द्वितीय अध्याय आरभ्यते द सेकंड चैप्टर स्टार्ट्स नो इन दैट द फर्स्ट वन इज तत्र प्रथमम तत्सिद्ध्यर्थम सवितारम आशास्ते सो सवितारम लॉर्ड सूर्य आशास्ते is requested, is praised. For what? Tat siddhyartham. To obtain that. What obtaining? To obtain those sadhanas. When we do them by His grace, that we will be qualified for the next sadhana of dhyana nirmatana, which is necessary for the niguda deva darshanam. So, what is the moksha? Niguda atma deva darshanam. What is the immediate sadhana? Dhyana nirmatana. And who can do the dhyana nirmatana? Who has qualified himself for it by various sadhanas. And one of the sadhana is to invoke the grace of Savita. So why are we invoking the grace of Savita? Not to give us the Atmanubhuti directly. But what for? For making me qualified by adjusting my personality so that I am able to do the necessary साधना of ध्यान निर्मथन. सो देवता लोग हमारे लिए साधना करते नहीं है, साधना हमें ही करना है. They only can facilitate us, they can empower us, they can guide us. So that is why it is said tatra prathamam tat siddhyartham. Tat here is not Paramatma. Tat means that sadhana siddhyartham. Which sadhana? Which facilitates us for the dhyana nirmatana. Dhyana nirmatana is the final and immediate sadhana for niguda deva pashyat, niguda deva darshana. So the deeply hidden self we have to realize through dhyana nirmatana. For that to be qualified, we have to do various sadhanas. In those sadhanas, we will be told some of the values later on, some of the चित्त वृत्ति निरोधात्मक साधनास. बट उन सबसे पहले सवितु हो सॉरी तत्र प्रथमम तत्सिद्ध्यर्थम सवितारम आशास्ते. So again, if I start the topic, it will be very lengthy, goes for lot of time to discuss. But one hint is given, you will think about it further. Ki when we are as a Baddha Jiva living life, definitely we are at the Upadhi level. So we have our Vyashti Upadhis. This Vyashti can never be independent from the Samashti. And as we are with the Vyashti Upadhis, so too there is Ishvara with the Samashti Upadhi. In fact, whether we know or not, accept or not, At the higher devotional level, all the vesties are under the control of Samashti only. Realizing this, we have to tune to that Samashti. Here, he is mentioned as Savita Bhagavan Surya. To receive his blessings or the guidance or empowerment, which is very good, very healthy. So, the son is Veshti. Among the four sons, the father is the Samashti. SON, not SUN here. Huh? So the Samashti father is capable of helping or guiding them. So the son can take no. In the same way, we are all Vyashti Jivas. We need the Samashti's Krupa. And it is like in the ordinary world also. I gave the example of the father and son or boss and subordinate. तो जैसा दुनिया में होता है वैसा ही साधना में भी होता है. There is boss. If you are convenient to him, if you are really surrendered to him, he can make things convenient for you also. प्यार से रहो, हार्नेस्टली काम करो, तो बॉस को एक दिन छुट्टी मांगो तो दे देते. Isn't it? So many things they can. So to recognizing the presence of the Lord, now here is Savita, recognizing that He is capable of blessing us, and if you are able to do that upasana and prarthana, by His grace, those sadhanas will happen which facilitate us for dhyana nirmatana, which gives us the Devam Pashet Nigodavat. Now, what is the mantra chanted? Yunjanaha Prathamam Manaha Tatvaya Savita Dhiyah Agner Jyotir Nichaya Prithivya Adhya Bharatu. Again, Yunjanaha Prathamam Manaha Tatvaya Savita Dhiyah Agner Jyotir Nichaya Prithivya Adhya Bharatu. This is a typical Vedic styled mantra. It's not very smooth, simple. Some mantras are simple, some are twisted. That's how the Rishi is in that mood, he just says. Like when you are also in a very deep, different mood, somebody comes and asks something, you just tell something, they have to adjust the words and they have to bring the Vyakarana properly and they understand. They have to understand. Here also. So, mantra artha we have seen, with Bhashya we have to study. What is the mantra artha? Manaha prathamam yunjanaha. It means while focusing the mind, which is the first sadhana. So, yunjanaha prathamam manaha. So, we have to know that the mind extroverted cannot help us in realizing the self. All spiritual sadhana is by the mind, with the mind to focus on the self for the elimination or transcendence of the mind. So, Prathamam Manaha Yunjanaha. Yunjana means present continuous tense. Lagate hue means here our responsibility told that it is you who have to focus your mind on Paramatma. करना चाहिए आपको. And not only the mind, dhiyaha, the senses. But are you able to do? You are not able to do. So the willingness when we have, that's called as readiness. Then for the sake of abilities, then we invoke the grace of God. And naturally, if the willingness is not there, we don't invoke the grace for that purpose. And for whatever the purpose we have willingness, we ask the grace from the Lord for that. And He says, Tatast. 99% of people have the purpose of world and worldliness and a willingness for that things. So those only they seek the Lord. Definitely they are getting by the Lord those things from the Lord. And they are bound by that only. So we also follow the same thing, but the thing which we are seeking is different. That's it. So pratamam manaha yunjana. While we are doing so, when we are not able to do it, then we are asking the help of Savita. Because heavy loaded Savita hai. Bhagwan, he has got so much of tremendous Shakti. He can push us, help us in succeeding in putting our mind and senses in the Paramatma's dhyana. So, what is therefore sadhana? Mind and senses putting in the dhyana is sadhana. That is called tapasya. While we do so, we seek the help of the Savita also. सो मनः प्रथमम युंजान, किस लिए? तत्वाय, टू रियलाइज द तत्व. देन सविता, द लॉर्ड, सवितृ सविता, पितृ पिता, मातृ माता. Savita is not feminine word, it is masculine word. So don't give the Savita word to the daughter. Savita is like Savitru, like Pita, Pitru, masculine word. So, Yunjanaha Prathamam Manaha Tattvaya. So first master this word. प्रथमम मनः युंजानः तत्वाय, पहले मन को योग करना है तत्व के प्रति, तत्व को पाने के लिए. We are interested in that. We are trying to do that. We are not able to do that because our minds, etc., are running somewhere else. So now we seek the help of Savita. What help we want him? Savita, Dhiyaha Agnehe Jyotihi Nichaya. Dhiya means sense organs. Agnehe means Adhisthana Devatas. Jyotihi means their ability to illuminate the objects. Nichaya means while observing it and holding it. Prithivya means from the outer world. Adhi means keech kar. Abharat means keep inside only. So pictorially you can make it. I am trying to put my mind in the Atma Dhyana. But the mind is so forcefully called by the Indriyas to go outside, which is our habit. And I am trying my best to pull it. Nahi ho raha hai. While I am trying, Yunjanaha, I am taking the help of the Savita. Hey Savita Bhagavan, the Indriyas, Indriya Adhisthana Devatas, you are the master of them. Tell the Indriya Adhisthana Devatas that the mind or the senses are not going outside. Means the Indriya Adhisthana Devatas should not function through the Indriyas in the extrovertedness. Let the Adhisthana Devatas withdraw their Shakti so that the Indriyas remain in their own Golaka. Isn't it, no? What is called Damaha in Vedanta? So, uh, विरज्य विषयव्राता दोष दुष्ट्या मुहुर्मुहु स्वलक्ष्य नियतावस्था मनस शम उच्यते. देन विषयेभ्यः परावर्त्य स्थापनम स्वस्व गोलके उभयेषाम इंद्रियाणाम सदमः परिकीर्तितः. So all the indriyas, pulling them back from their respective fields, putting them in their own respective golakas is called as dhamma. It is required. Or else the indriyas go for the respective objects and they kidnap the mind also. And the mind is the one which has to be used for the dhyana nirmatana abhyasa. Isn't it? Now the same thing that I want to meditate, but the faculties are outside. I have to bring them inside. Same thing said in Katha Upanishad in a different way, if you remember at Sloka. What was said there? यमराज जी क्या कहते हैं कि by nature, by default, by manufacturer's defect, all faculties are extroverted. Therefore, in general, people are extroverted only. Samsarins. Among them, one becomes sadhaka, one becomes dhiraha, then he quietens all his faculties, becomes introverted in search of the inner self. वहां बताए कि नहीं? तो वहां क्या कहा? धीर पुरुष को ऐसा करना चाहिए. यहाँ क्या कह रहे हैं? धीर पुरुष को ऐसा करने के समय सविता का हेल्प लेना चाहिए. दैट्स द ओनली एडिशन हियर. रिमेंबर दैट. परांचि खानि व्यतृणत स्वयंभू. कठोपनिषद. स्वयंभू खानी परांची व्यतृणत. द स्वयंभू ब्रह्मा खानी द इंद्रियों को परांची एक्सट्रोवर्टेड व्यतृणत ही मेड इट. तस्मात् देयरफॉर everybody parang pashyati, they see the outer world, na antaratman, not the inner, that self which is hidden. Among those all people, kaschit dhiraha, one dhira purusha. What is dhirata there? The one who has understood that the moksha is in the realization of the self. Self is inside, for that I have to become introverted. The one who has understood all that, that dhira purusha, kaschit dhiraha, pratyagatmanam aikshatu. He in the desire of seeing the inner pratyagatma, avrutta chakshuhu. He just closes his eyes, amritatvamichan, desires that immortality by realizing the immortal self. So there, the important point is avrutta chakshu. So all the faculties and along with that the mind. He just enfolds inside so that his inner journey is continuously done. Now we have to pause a minute and see how much important is this topic. And in this topic, how much important is our sadhana. And along with that, how much important it is to get the blessings of the Ishvara or the totality or your own Ishta Devata. Here it is Savita. Are we not struggling every day, even in the class, to focus our mind and ears to the satsang? How much struggle we are going through with all our sincerity throughout the day, wanting to do sadhana. है ना? एक तो दिन भर साधना करने को ही मन नहीं होता, wherein the mind and senses are grazing the outer world. And whenever some committed time, disciplined time, we give and sit for sadhana, in that half an hour also, 20 minutes, the इंद्रियास भाग रहे हैं, उसके साथ मन भाग रहा है. जब ऐसे सिलसिला चलता रहेगा, तो कब होगा हमारा शुद्ध अंतर्मुखता and realizing that self devam pashyed nigudavad? When will it happen? So therefore, the need that we have to try our best, and the need that we ask the Savita to bless us. What we are asking Savita? Hey Bhagwan Surya, my mind I am trying to focus on you, who is my own inner self, but that mind is running through the senses into the outer world. There are Adhisthana Devatas of the senses. You are the Lord of them. You tell them that they won't allow the senses to go out into the objects to graze them. Let the senses remain in their own place. Means what? When I am doing Antardhyana, the sounds are coming, I cannot stop from outer world. So the ears are going to listen to that sound. The mind is leaking through the ears. So what to do? Hey Savita, bless me. Then the Savita will tell the ears Devata, the Dig Devata. Shrutrasya Dig Devata. Hey Dig Devata, no, he has prayed to me. I said Tathastu. Now your job is let the mind through the ears doesn't go to embrace the outer sound. Because he is in the inner job of searching the inner self. वो तो ध्यान निर्मतन कर रहा है. So then that Dig Devata will see to it that the ears are not responding to that sound, outer sound. Ears are seated at their own place. And it's like your son's friend is calling him from the window. आजा आ जाओ खेलते हैं. But you are seated next to your son. The son is telling to the friend, नहीं 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 पिताजी है, पिताजी पापा है ना? पिताजी नहीं होंगे, मारेंगे मेरे को, डांटेंगे. In the same way, the senses want to go out, but the Adhisthana Devata, shut up, don't go. So it is in their hands they can make this adjustment for the sadhakas when the Savita tells them. And to Savita, we have to pray. So we are praying to Savita. My mind and my dhi going outside. Dhi means Indriyas here. Oh Lord, see to it that they are in their own golak. नहीं तो इंद्रियां बाहर भागेंगे तो मन को उसके पीछे जाना पड़ता है. And they have this habit for millions of lives. Indriya mana together. Sometimes the mana takes Indriya, goes through the Indriyas outside. Many times Indriyas pull the mind outside. जैसे अभी एग्जाम्पल दिया. Sometimes your own son goes with the friends आवारा घूमने के लिए, कभी friends खुद आकर ले जाते. In both cases, he is not doing his main job of studying. That's what the absence of Shama and Dhamma. Shama is quietening mind, Dhamma is controlling sense organs. We do that sadhana. Therefore, for the dhyana nirmatana, the sadhana is shamadama. The shamadama we have to try, and we have to take the help of our Savita Devata. Savita is again the Ishvara or Ishtadeva, who is expected to have his mastery over all these Adhisthana Devatas of the faculties. They have good understanding. So when we straight away ask the Savita Devata, he will tell all of them. हे इंद्रिय अधिष्ठान देवत, ये लोग साधना कर रहा है देवता, प्लीज डो दिस पर्सन इज डूइंग साधना, so don't see to it that the faculties don't leak out into the world outside to embrace them. because it's a terrible job. Once the sense perception is perceived in the mind while sitting on the seat of meditation, it doesn't stop there. The imagination, the projections, the thought process continuously comes. Then the purpose for which I was seated, I have to meditate on my inner self. That is forgotten. That's what is happening every day. It's not that first time in this life that we are trying for meditation or study. Thousand lives we are doing, but every time because of the vasanas, the mind and senses go outside, and we are ignorant. At the time of sadhana, we struggle. Yaar man paramatma mein bait nahi raha. When we go out of the sadhana, we do only those things unintelligently which strengthen our sadhanas. Sorry, which weaken our sadhanas, strengthen our vasanas. देखो, हम इतने बचपन में रहते हैं ना, बचपना में, रिगार्डिंग स्पिरिचुअलिटी, वी डोंट नो दैट वी आर आवर ओन एनिमी. We don't even realize that we are canceling our own sadhanas, etc. etc. So, yunjanaha pratamam manaha. For what purpose? Tattvaya, to realize the tattva. Then Savita, the Lord Surya, Dhiyaha, of the Indriyas. Agnehe means Agni Vanika Devata hai na? So Agni is one example. Agnehe, the Agni Bhagwan, Jyotihi, his own ability of empowering the speech to speak. Agnehe Jyotihi Nichaya means observing it. That the Agni Devata is empowering the Vani, Vani is talking. Dig Devata empowering the ears, ears are listening. The Ashwini Devata is empowering the nostrils are smelling. So Nichaya means please see to it that here Prithivya means from the extroverted perceptions. Adhi means खींच कर, Abharat means अपने अपने जगह पे रख ले. So Adhisthana Devatas have to see to it that our Indriyas are not going to the objects. And that is done when Savita orders them. Savita, we are praying. So simple. That's the meaning of this mantra. Now the Bhashya, let us see. Yunjanaha iti. So we are explaining to you this first mantra, which starts with the word Yunjanaha. Tell me, sir. We are ready to listen. Are you ready? Yes, we are ready, teacher. Hey, Guru. Now listen. Yunjanaha pratamam manaha. So this is the first line of the mantra. तो उसको भगवान एक्सप्लेन करें. व्हाट इज इट? प्रथमम मीन्स ध्यान आरंभे मनः परमात्मनि संयोजनीयम. मास्टर दिस सेंटेंस है ना. प्रथमम सॉरी युंजान प्रथमम ध्यान आरंभे मनः परमात्मनि संयोजनीयम. प्रथमम ध्यान आरंभे मनः परमात्मनि संयोजनीयम. The first step in meditation is the mind has to be focused on the Paramatma. That is what is Dhyanam. Dhyana arambe manaha paramatmani yojani sanyojaniyam. The mind has to tune to Paramatma. Is the Paramatma ka nature is this Sachidananda, or many other techniques of meditation, whatever, the mind is expected to engross in that. Then dhiya itaranapi pranan. So not only the mind, but all other faculties also helping the mind to focus on the Paramatma inside. So dhiyaha means pranan. Why are you saying? Because prana vai dhiyaha iti shrutehe. So there is a shruti that the dhi means the prana. Here prana means again indriyas. So dhiyaha word is the dhiya word means the prana, indriyas. कहीं कहा है दूसरे श्रुति में. Therefore, the manaha and dhiya, the mind and senses, प्रथमम ध्यान अभ्यास के शुरुआत में स्टार्ट करना है परमात्मा को फोकस करना. अथवा धिया बाह्य विषय ज्ञानानि. धिया also means what? The knowledge gaining about the outer objects through the senses. That has to be brought. Kimartham? For what? Tattvaya, tattva jnanaya. So we are seated here for tattva jnana. When we are seated here for Tattva Jnana, how come the mind and senses leak out for the अतत्व ज्ञान? हम उसी को तो छोड़ने के लिए हम बैठे हैं ना. Therefore, let the senses and mind be pulled from the atatva and be focused on tattva. This much is the simple meaning. So, kimartham tattvaya? Tattvaya means tattva jnanaya. For the anubhuti of the tattva. Savita, Lord Surya, now the Surya का word यहाँ आया भाष्य में. धिया इंद्रियों को बाह्य विषय ज्ञानात्. The indriya, instead of the jnana of the bahya vishaya, jyotihi, the light, prakasham means the abilities, nichaya means उसको observe करके alert रहते हुए दृष्टवा, पृथिव्या अधि अस्मिन् शरीरे आभरत आहरत. So पृथिव्या means from the outer world. Adhi means to this body itself. Abharat means aharat means liya ke बिठाए. So, like you are going for a jogging morning or evening with the dog having that chain in your hands. So, the dog, it will continuously move here and there. It will bark if some other dog it sees, or another person also suspicious if he sees, he will bark. और कोई भी ऐसे eatable है, कोई smellable है, it goes on. What do? Continuously holding the chain in the hand, although the dog thinks that it is controlling us. So don't we pull it again and again? So the senses are going out, through that mind is going out. Oh Savita, I am praying to you. You observe it and see that the Indriyas do not go out, they stay in their own respective Golakas. Here, commonly said as, let them be within the body, let them not go out to see the world. You please bless. No, here we can have an audacity. What is audacity here? You can demand or request श्रविता भगवान, भाई मैं मन को आत्म ध्यान में लगा रहा हूं, ये सेंसेस जो बाहर जा रहे हैं ना, उनको बिना जाए बाहर अंदर पकड़ के रखना आपका काम. Isn't it? See to it that they don't go out. Now, this very mystical looking, twisted shloka, accordingly having given Bhashya, now for our understanding, Bhashyakara is making it simpler. That is his kindness and required for us. What is this? Etad uktam bhavati. Mantra nishkarsha. The summary of this shloka is what? Ki jnane pravrittasya mama manaha. My mind which is involved in the Atma Jnana. By Atma Dhyana. By Jnana Nirmatana or Dhyana Nirmatana or Manana or Chintana. So, Jnane pravrittasya mama manaha, of my mind, bahya vishya jnanat upasamrutya, withdrawing it from the knowledge of the outer vishayas, paramatmani eva samyojayitum. The mind having withdrawn from the outer world, for it to focus only on Paramatma, anugrahaka devatatmanam. The variety of anugrahaka devatas are there of the indriyas. Who are they? Agni adinam. Agni for the mouth, Ashwini Devatas for the nostrils, Dik Devatas for the ears, again Surya himself for the eyes, then Varuna for the Rasana, then for the hands the Indra, for the legs the Vishnu, and for the Vani the Agni, and for the Payu Pasta the Yama and the Prajapati. So they are all the Adhisthana Devatas, Anugrahaka Devata Atmanam, Devata Atmanam, Agnyadinam. Agnyadi, the 10 devatas. Yet, now the next sentence is important, you have to catch. Yet, sarva vastu prakashana samarthyam. Because of these devatas only, the indriyas have the samarthya for the prakashana, means illuminating, means knowing. Sarva vastu, their respective objects. Yet, whatever the prakashana samarthyam, tat, sarvam, all of that, asmat vagadishu sampadayet. In the respective indriyas only, That Shakti should stay, it should not go out of the Indriyas to observe the world as it is required in the Vyavahara. But now we are seated for the inner sadhana. Let the Indriyas do not go outside. See, this is to be done by variety of the Ajnadi Devatas. So, Savita yat prasadat avapyate yoga ityartha. So it is the prasada of the Savita, the yoga happens, that we are able to focus on the self. How it happens? Because the Savita tells the Ajnadi Devatas that let the Indriyas do not, let your Samarthya is not functioning through the faculties for the embracing of the outer world. So the Devatas are told, unko empower mat karo. So don't pour petrol in your son's vehicle, then he will not go anywhere. Because petrol है तो ही गाड़ी लेकर जाएगा वो. Pocket money काट दो तो होटल नहीं जाएगा वो. You understood? Same way, if the Adhisthana Devatas don't empower, then the Indriyas remain in their own places. They won't go out to embrace the outer world. So we are addressing Savita, praying to Savita. He is ordering the Adhisthana Devatas, and then they are not empowering the Indriyas. So Indriyas are not going outside. So this is what actually sadhana required is, let the senses and mind be not leaked out. That is a sadhana required for the mind to focus on the Antaratma. Isn't it? Now take the help of Savita and Devatas in this way. Okay. Etaduktam bhavati jnane pravrittasya mama manaha bahya vishaya jnanad upasamhrutya paramatmani eva sanyojayitum anugraha devatatmanam ajnadinam yat sarvavastu prakashana samarthyam tat sarvam asmad vagadishu sampadayet savita yat prasadat avapyate yoga. अग्निशब्दः इतर इतरासामपि अनुग्राहक देवतानाम् उपलक्षणार्थम्. So अग्निशब्दः अनुग्राहक देवतानाम् इतराणामपि उपलक्षणार्थम्. Agni is devata vani. It includes all the 10 devatas. So where is Savita's role here? Sarvam asmad vagadishu sampadayet Savita. The Savita should order the devatas not to empower the Indriyas to go outside. Savita is the big boss. Savita is the Lord Surya, Pratyaksha Devata. And for us, he is our own Ishta Devata. Surya, Rama, अब कुछ भी कहो. इंद्र कृष्ण सॉरी राम कृष्ण शिव. बट जब उपनिषद में सविता कहा तो सविता को भी हम कह सकते हैं. देखो, इन अवर सूर्य सूक्तम यू कैन सी आदित्य सूक्तम सूर्य सूक्तम. सो सूर्य अधिष्ठान देवता करके वहां आपको बहुत क्लियरली बताते हैं. सूर्य उपनिषद कहते हैं उसको. आई जस्ट चैंट फॉर यू फॉर अथॉरिटी. है ना? अच्छी बात है. सी यहाँ सब लिखा है ना. Let us spend 2 minutes to chant this and we invoke the Savita Kripa. Really, throughout the day, our mind and senses are facilitated for inner meditation, withdrawing from the unwanted outer things. I'll chant for you. Om Bhadram Karणे Shrunayama Devaah Bhadram Bhashyemakshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangai Stushtvagam Sastanobhi Vyashema Devaitanyadayuh Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti Nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadato Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now see the Savita's Mahima as per Surya Upanishad. See? ओम अथ सूर्याथर्वांगिरसंव्याख्यास्यामः ब्रह्मा ऋषिः गायत्री छन्दः आदित्यो देवता हंसः सोऽहमग्निनारायणयुक्तं बीजं हृल्लेखा शक्तिः वेदादिसर्गसंयुक्तं कीलकं चतुर्विधपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थे विनियोगः षट्स्वरारूढेन बीजेन षडङ्गं रक्ताम्बुजसंस्थितं सप्ताश्वरथिनं हिरण्यवर्णं चतुर्भुजं पद्मद्वयाभयवरदहस्तं कालचक्रप्रणेतारं श्रीसूर्यनारायणं य एवं वेद स वै ब्राह्मणः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. देखो इवन गायत्री मंत्र में our buddhi should be only for Paramatma. We request Surya Bhagavan to guide us that way. Now, Surya Atma Jagatastastushascha Suryadvai Kalu Imani Bhutani Jayante Suryadyagnyah Parjanyoonnamatma Namaste Aditya Tvameva Pratyaksham Karma Kartasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Vishnurasi त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं रुद्रोऽसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं मृगसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं यजुरसि ऑल वेदास त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं सामासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं अथर्वासि त्वमेव सर्वं छन्दोसि नौ आदित्याद्वायुर्जायते आदित्याद् भूमिर्जायते आदित्यादापो जायन्ते आदित्याद् ज्योतिर्जायते आदित्यात् व्योमदिशो जायन्ते आदित्यात् देवा जायन्ते देखो आदित्यात् वेदा जायन्ते आदित्यो वा एष एतन्मण्डलं तपति असावादित्यो ब्रह्म आदित्योऽन्तःकरणमनोबुद्धिचित्ताहङ्काराः आदित्यो वै व्यानः समानो दानोपानः प्राणः आदित्यो वै श्रोत्र त्वक् चक्षुरसनग्राणाः आदित्यो वै वाक्पाणिपादपायूपस्थाः आदित्यो वै शब्दस्पर्शरूपरसगन्धाः आदित्यो वै वचन आदान आगमन विसर्गानन्दाः आनन्दमयो विज्ञानगण आदित्याः. See, everything has come. नमो मित्राय भानवे मृत्योर्मा पाहि भ्राजिष्णवे विश्वहेतवे नमः सूर्याद् भवन्ति भूतानि सूर्येण पालितानि तो सूर्येलयं प्राप्नुवन्ति यः सूर्यः सोऽहमेव च चक्षुर्नो देवः सविता चक्षुर्न उत पर्वतः चक्षुर्धाता ददातु नः आदित्याय विद्महे सहस्रकिरणाय धीमहि तन्नः सूर्यः प्रचोदयात् सविता पुरस्तात् सविता पश्चात्तात् सवितोत्तरात्तात् सविताधरात्तात् सविता नः सुवतु सर्वतातिगं सविता नो राशतां दीर्घमायुः ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म गृणिरिति द्वे अक्षरे सूर्य इत्यक्षरद्वयम् आदित्य इति त्रीण्यक्षराणि एतस्यैव सूर्यस्याष्टाक्षरो मनुः यः सदा हरहर्जपति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति सूर्याभिमुखो जप्त्वा महाव्याधिभयात् प्रमुच्यते अलक्ष्मीर्नश्यति अवक्षवक्षणात् पूतो भवति अगम्यागमनात् पूतो भवति पतितसम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति असत्सम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति मध्याह्ने सूर्याभिमुख पडेत् सद्योत्पन्न पंचमहापातकात् प्रमुच्यते सैषा सावित्रीं विद्यां न किञ्चिदपि न कस्मैचित् प्रशंसयेत् य एतां महाभागः प्रातः पठति स भाग्यवान् जायते पशून् विन्दति वेदार्थं लभते त्रिकालमेतत् जप्त्वा क्रतुशतफलमवाप्नोति हस्तादित्ये जपति समामृत्युं धरति एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद ओम शांति शांति शांति. तो बीच में क्यों छोड़े करके पूरा हमने पाठ किया. So what is the saramsha of this whole thing? My goal is the inner Atman. I have to focus my mind on that with the alambana of the Omkara. It's called as Mananam or Jnanam or Dhyanam or Nirmatanam. For able to do that, my mind and faculties have to be controlled and withdrawn from the outer world. That is achieved by the Adhisthana Devatas. Adhisthana Devatas are under the control of Surya Bhagavan. So we have the accessibility to the Surya Bhagavan. So by doing his upasana and by prayer to him, we see to it that the Adhisthana Devatas are not empowering the Indriyas to go to embrace the outer world. So you can have a pictorial feeling inside that the Indriyas as if are asking the Indriya Adhisthana Devatas, give us the power, we want to go, give us the power, we want to go. that Devata is giving, Adhisthana Devatas. Because this Jiva in general is Bahirmukhi so far. Now this Jiva, you and I, have become Antarmukha. But the habit is there for the Indriyas. Give me power, we want to go, give us power. Now, if they go outside, I can't meditate on the inner self. My goal is inside, not outside. So those devatas are told, please stop supplying the ration to them so that they stay in their own golakas. They don't go out and bring those shabda sparsha rupa sagandha and dump in the mind. And thus mind gets disturbed from its work of meditating on the inner self. So कितना important है, कितना practical है, कितना जरूरी है. And here, what is meant here? Before we start our inner meditation, let us do this prayer to Savita. Not after the whole meditation is over for 1 hour, wherein not even 1 second we meditated on the self. We were only wandering into the world or world of objects in the mind. Not after. Surumehi. Hey Bhagavan Surya, I am sitting for meditation. Please tell all the Adhisthana Devatas not to empower the Indriyas to go and graze outside so that your Shakti is inside the Indriyas. Therefore, Indriyas are on the Sharira in their own Golakas. They are not going out to perceive the objects and disturb the mind. Ab imagine karo, if really the Savita has blessed and the Adhisthana Devatas are not empowering, then all the faculties have stopped perceiving the Shabda Sparsha Prasagandha, and in that quiet mood of the mind where it is no more disturbed by the Shabda Sparsha etc. poured into it continuously by the senses. Now will not the mind continuously able to use the pranava for the antarmatana and dhyana? है कि नहीं? जैसे बच्चों को भी कॉलेज स्कूल का एग्जाम है, पढ़ना है, so सारे दरवाजे बंद, खिड़कियां बंद, all sounds are blocked from outside. He just put his table lamp and seated there and fully focusing on study. ऐसा नहीं है, सारे खिड़की दरवाजा खुले हैं. फ्रॉम द ईस्टर्न डोर पड़ोसी के घर का टीवी का आवाज, फ्रॉम द वेस्टर्न डोर किसी का और कुछ लड़ाई झगड़ा का आवाज, फ्रॉम द विंडो द पड़ोसी के घर में जो खाना बन रहा है उसकी आवाज. इफ ऑल ऑफ देम कम, कैन ही स्टडी? In the same way, if the indriyas are extroverted, we cannot become internal to go deep, to go beyond all the pancha upadhis and see the self. It is everybody's experience every day. So while we ourselves with Viveka Vairagya, keeping away the objects and withdrawing senses, we also seek the help of the Surya Bhagavan, who is the main master. Just now we chanted the Surya Upanishad. And if we truly worship Him and truly have faith in Him, and truly we are inner seeker, seeker of the inner self, all things fall in right place. In spirituality as well as in outer life, there is no ambiguity, there is no confusion. All confusion is in our non understanding, misunderstanding, or our wanting to break the rules and become licentious. Without that funny thing, when we are systematic, when we follow the rules and regulations properly, outer life में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, inner life में भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं होता. So that maturity we have to gain. So every day seated, hey Savita Bhagavan, I am doing inner meditation. Please see that the senses are not going out to embrace the world. Yes, done. Tathastu he says, and you will see it. You are chanting Om. Only Om is chanted. And we are observing from where the Om is coming, into what the Om is going. After few times of chanting of Omkara. This is called as Manodhyanam. Then remain in that place or the self from where the Om is coming. When you keep on repeating, we discover that that is pure existence, that is pure awareness, that is eternal. From that only, all the sounds and all the forms are manifested. And He is the one who is giving a reality to them. Getting the reality from them, they play the role of being real. And we are caught up in that. सारा वो अपने आप ही समझ में आने लगता है. Isn't it deeply how beautiful it is? And for everything here, our ultimate goal is Anar Paramatma Tattva. Therefore, for that, here the prayer is extended. But is not this prayer and the blessings required everywhere? Like let us say you are a singer singing song. उस समय भी भगवान सविता की कृपा से other than the required faculties, others can be quiet when you are cooking the food. उस समय भी जो कुकिंग का काम है मन उसी पे रहना चाहिए, इंद्रिया वही काम करना चाहिए. So if the savita blessings are there, exactly that only we will do and perfect करेंगे उसको. So I am a cricket player, I am a batsman. If I invoke the blessings of Surya and all faculties, they all will be functioning in such a manner that I will not get out. But they are all external activities where the Indriya functioning is required. But here to discover the inner self, which is hidden there like the Agni, the faculties have to become quietened. So they have to stay in their own place. And therefore, mind is not leaking out. अब मैं क्या करूं? अब क्या करूं क्या? Meditate on the self. Tell the mind. ठीक है मैं करती हूँ. The mind will do that. And at that time, imagine the joy that any of the Upanishadic mantra you are able to remember, and the meaning is so clear, and on the meaning you are meditating, or as it is said here in the first chapter, taking the pranava alambana and bringing that mind to concentration, then through the jnana or dhyana nirmatana, as we said just now, either through sakshi bhava or through the drashta drishya bhava, one by one koshas, we are objectifying means knowing it to be object means knowing that it is not the self. याद रखना पूरे वासनाएं जाने तक उपाधियों को मैं नहीं हूं ऐसा साधना करना और मैं सेल्फ हूं ये साधना करना पड़ता है. Keep on doing till we establish in this. And this intellectual exercise. Later on, the self experience comes. Then the self when is experienced, it has nothing to do with the not self only. वो पता ही चल जाता. All the not self is nothing but Rupanama and just a projection of Maya. They don't exist at all. I alone am there. That Anubhuti comes. That's called the realization of the moksha self. Then you are not a, what do you call, Jiva with the Upadhis. Therefore, neither you suffer being with the Upadhi, nor you die along with the Upadhi, and no need to go to any other Sharira. ये सारे सूडो जीव के लिए होते हैं, not for the real self. So, first shloka we saw today. Let us study the second mantra. Tomorrow, third and fourth also substantiate same prayers. So, here, so many times praying is not that the Surya Bhagavan is not listening, but to ensure from our side that it is very necessary and we have to do it. Invoking Surya's Kripa so that he orders Adhisthana Devatas so that the Indriyas are seated in their own place. Like the wife tells husband, बच्चे बहुत शैतानगिरी कर रहे हैं, आप उनको कहो ना. Then the father shouts at them, why? Then the children become quiet. Isn't it? So too we request Surya Bhagwan. Surya Bhagwan tells Agnyadi Devatas, and then they just see to it that Indriyas are in their own Golaka. They are not going out to see the world and disturb mind. So beautifully see that pictorial करो, बहुत बात समझ में आता है, क्या करना है क्या अचीव करना है क्लियरली पता चलता है. थैंक यू. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. Please join for Gita.